Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another SAPP programming discussion. It is so glad to be back after another week because this week we're going to be discussing the top 10 necessary technology items that you're going to be needing in your household. These are all just simple things that you can find anywhere from Amazon or even your retail store. And they're not necessarily like high-tech things like power doors or like automated closets or something. Just basic maybe security or convenience items that some people already have, and it's probably recommended that you have it too. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right. Okay. So first off, we have the Amazon Alexa. Okay. So Amazon Alexa is basically what I like to refer to as like an all-in-one buffet. And this is because you can do a lot of stuff with this tool, such as you can stream music, you can ask for the weather, control gadgets, order items, much more. And this is all with just voice commands. You don't really have any UI to look off of, so it requires very minimal effort. And not only this, but like Alexa is
What's the
not that
weather for tomorrow?
expensive. For a futuristic AI
Weather alert for
software,
Chester
it
Springs. There's a flash flood
many
watch in
middle
effect
class
until
families
Wednesday,
and
August
average
12th,
families can
11
afford
p.m.
several of these
Here's the
actually.
forecast for tomorrow.
And
Look for
not
some
only
sun and
this, but
thunderstorms with a
it
high of
became
80
more
degrees
useful
Fahrenheit and
throughout
a low of
throughout
71
years
degrees.
because
By
of
the way,
Alexa
I
skills,
can learn
where
your
a lot of
voice to
people
improve your
develop
Alexa
skills to
experience.
control like
Would
Nest
you like to try
thermostats
it?
and stuff like that.
Mention as well that recently Alexa's been geared up to take on sort of like the traditional car smart assistants, such as Siri and CarPlay, and even Google Assistant, Android Auto, as seen even in the new Buick car models.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Alexa's entry into a market traditionally cornered by Apple and Android manufacturers will penetrate. I don't think it should be too hard though, because Amazon has not only built up a reputation with their online retail and web services, but they have successfully manufactured and retailed their own products such as the Kindle and the Fire Stick and much more.
Yep. So another thing many houses should have to secure their houses are security systems. So security systems are often like not a one-time payment, but for me at least, it's an annual payment. And they're very valuable for people with large houses and many people because it can make sure no one's sneaking out and stuff like that. And it can be great since if you're like on vacation, you can make sure your property and assets, like you have the assurance that they're secure. And um, yeah, that's like security systems can be very useful for the future.
Yeah, and some well-known companies that offer some decent security systems, in my opinion, are ADT, and recently some internet service provider companies such as Xfinity from Comcast and Fios. They've also decided to invest in the security area, sort of. And insurance companies have also included some home service plans as a part of their sort of insurance plans, such as like Allstate, Progressive, and State Farm. Like sometimes if you're maybe like walking in front of your friend's house or something, you might see a little sign that says this house is protected by State Farm, or this house is protected by Allstate or Xfinity or something.
Ring can be very effective in many situations. You can know when mail arrives without checking delivery status, but instead, through a Ring notification that shows up on your phone that someone was at your door. Also, if you are home alone or just want to assure your safety, you can check before opening the door to who it is outside.
Yeah,
And
and the Ring doorbell can also be used for sorry, Shrika, we're gonna say something.
No,
uh,
I'm here to tell you.
yeah,
Uh,
you can go.
So, like I was saying, this can be used for corporations, or it can be used as a digital checkpoint rather than placing a security guard in front of the gate. However, there is one downside to a Ring doorbell, especially for the average homeowner. So, Ring has a normal plan and a premium plan, and without the premium plan, you can't really see what happened at a specific time in the day. So, for example, if you heard something at like 3 in the morning outside your house, and you wake up at like say 9 to check or to check and see like who or what it may have been, then you can't really do that without the premium plan. And I think that's one thing Ring should maybe look into, because if you can't really see something that happened at a specific time, then it kind of in a certain way ruins the whole aspect of a security doorbell.
Yeah, so Ring basically can like be like very useful for households since they don't really need a security system if they have a Ring doorbell. If you get
Yeah.
the premium plan at least, where you can like see when everyone has rung your doorbell and stuff like that, like it stores all the video clips and stuff. So with that, there's not really a need for a security system with a Ring doorbell
Right.
because they both try to do the same task. All right. So for the Nest, so Nest actually is building up like new softwares right now. So like there's some things like that are like in that are more than thermostats. So like for one example, I know they have something related to temperature for like the baby's room, so it's not too hot in them for them and stuff like that, and also detects when the baby is like not comfortable and stuff if you're not home. So you can change it right there from your phone. And one thing I found cool about this thermostat is that it's self-learning. So basically, if pretend like 3 days, you do the same exact schedule all over again. Wake up at 9 a.m., turn on the air conditioner, then you go to work, so you switch it off, and then you come back at like at 5 p.m., you switch it on again, and then you go upstairs like at 9 p.m. So then it switches off again. If you do this schedule for a good like 3-4 days, Nest will automatically pick it up and do this for you every day. And it'll recognize different days too. So pretend if you go work on weekdays but not weekends, it will do a schedule for Saturdays that are different from schedules for Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool because not only is that easier for the average homeowner, but like it's a perfect example of how machine learning is slowly becoming more prevalent in our daily lives.
Mm-hmm.
And next up we got smart lights. So smart lights are very useful too since you can control your lights remotely. So if you left the lights on and left the house for a while, all you need to do is pull out the app in which you can sort of control your smart lights and then switch it off. You can normally control smart lights through your phone, but recent technologies have actually allowed you to use your voice to control your lights. So if you have a Google Home or an Alexa or something, you can just say, "Hey Google, turn off the living room lights," or "Alexa, turn off the kitchen lights."
Yeah, and
However, I'm not. Yeah, go on.
that's like one part like the Alexa skills I was talking about. Like
Yeah.
people can develop skills like that.
Mm-hmm. But like, I'm not sure whether this works with lamps like your average, socket lamps, because you can only achieve this feature with specific company bulbs like Philips bulb or a Sony light bulb. But if you have recessed light bulbs in the ceiling of your home, though, smart lights would be an ideal thing to consider.
Mm-hmm. And smart lights are like a long-term investment too, because you can keep lights that in your house and uh, for like a while. They last like a good 5 to 10 years, and they should be a very good long-term investment because there can be a lot of opportunities where you need to control your lights from your phone.
Right.
So next up, we have something that I'm sure you've seen, but the Google Home. It's about the same thing as an Alexa, but generally Google
Hey
has
Google,
strived
set
to
an
make it a
alarm
little
for
more
tomorrow
cheaper
at
and
9
slightly
a.m.
simpler. And it also
Done.
has a few
Your
more
alarm's set for
features here
tomorrow
and
at
there
9 a.m.
through the Google Home app on your phone. Google Home is mostly for people that just want to do everyday things, such as set timers, reminders, add events to your calendar, etc.
Yeah, and I'm actually a big fan of the Google Home, not only because you can sort of get like there's like the image that we have up on screen over here. That's actually the Google Home Mini. Um, So the Google Home Mini is actually the perfect birthday gift for someone because not only is it my expensive, like it's pretty cheap. You can get one for like $25 on sale. But the Google Home itself has a bunch of other features, probably some more than the Alexa. And Google has also come out with like a new feature. I'm not sure if you guys have seen our recent video, but we've mentioned this in our previous video about AI. Like they've came out with a new feature that allows you to talk to different companies. Like if you want to make a dinner reservation, then you can just tell your Google Home and it will call the restaurant, and it's almost going to be like a human being having a normal conversation with another human being. And I find that this upcoming prototype is going to be a really good addition for
Hmm.
homes.
One thing that I know that Amazon Alexa does, it's like a new feature. It can like detect your voice, so it knows
Right.
who you're
I
talking
can
to.
learn your
I
voice
don't
to
know if
improve
Google
your
has this
Alexa
feature yet,
experience.
but
Yeah,
if
but
you
like
talk to
think about
Alexa,
uh-huh.
it'll ask you like for your name. So then like it'll detect your voice, and then it can introduce you with your name and stuff.
Oh, so is it going to be like, if I'm talking, it's going to be like, hey Pruddy, do you want to say something, or
Yeah.
something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It'll detect your voice, so it'll know who you are.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
think yeah.
Google Home has something, and it's like this. From what I've experienced in like the earlier stages, for example, me and my brother both own a Google Home, and we both use it. And we set reminders that are specific to our name, and it only tells you the reminder when it verifies that your voice matches with the one on record. So it might not be as advanced as what Amazon's working on, but Google might expand upon this technology too.
Yeah, but like the thing, like the feature you sort of mentioned, that can also be a good thing or a bad thing, because we also have a Google Home in our house, but like the home can only recognize my voice and not my family's. So whenever my family wants to set the reminder or do like a specific action, they always have to ask me because they haven't set up their voices yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's an extra step you have to take if you want to, fully use the Google Home's full potential.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that's usually like very common, has been around for a while. We just need to add this because we wanted to show the importance of this. It's like wireless speakers. So basically, wireless speakers are actually like very useful in houses. But now you can use this, and you can use like Amazon Alexa, the Google Assistant, and stuff like that instead of wireless speakers. But wireless speakers still have a lot of value, since you can't like carry an Alexa without internet connection and stuff like that. But wireless speakers, you can carry them wherever you go, and you don't really need cables or anything for that. So this can be very great for large families because anyone can use them. Doesn't matter who you are, and you can use them anywhere too.
About some smart switches, you can provide timings on when you want it to work and when you want it to turn off. And I think it's a pretty useful thing to have in your home. So for me, my room is usually cold, but when I leave my personal heater on all night, it gets too hot at like 3 a.m. and I have to get out. I have to get out of my bed and then turn it off. And then when it gets too cold again, I have to get back at like 5 a.m. and turn it back on. But like through the smart switch, I can switch off the heater at 3 a.m. Like I can automatically set it through my phone without having to wake up and disturb my sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good feature, which can be really useful for families. So I know a lot of families, like in the recent days and stuff, a lot of families are having trouble with sleep and stuff like that. These switches
Yeah.
can be really useful to control like the comfort of your sleep.
Yeah. All right.
So now we're going to look into rechargeable batteries. They've been around for a while, however, I still think they're a pretty good investment for anyone to make, because instead of throwing away your old dead batteries in the trash, which that causes air pollution through the breakdown process, you can save the environment through reusing batteries. Rechargeable batteries are fairly a simple process. It is if the battery is dead or close to dying, all you need to do is place it in a battery charger and connect it to an outlet. I use these a lot in my home, and they're really helpful and help the environment too, since batteries have a very harmful effect.
And it's like a very simple process. All you need to do, like in this picture, that's the battery charger. All you need to do is put in the rechargeable battery in there and connect it to an outlet. Wait like 3 to 4 hours, depending on how many batteries there are. They'll all be fully charged again. And this is like, you can do this cycle a lot of times, so you can continue to reuse your batteries instead of throwing them out after they're gone. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we have dehumidifiers. So like these things, I know some people have in their houses, I recommend a lot of people to have this, especially when people are spending more time in their houses than ever during this quarantine period that who knows how long it will last. And this is really useful because it can control moisture in your house and can also help um, allergies that people have, so everyone can have increased comfort in their own houses.
Yeah, normally dehumidifiers, I don't know where most people would put theirs, but I normally put mine in the basement because that's normally where all the moisture ends up, especially during the summertime. So whenever you have the dehumidifier running and you just want to run through the basement, maybe play ping pong if your table's down there, like this would be a really good addition to your home. And it doesn't even have to be this big. Like if you're like in the winter time, some people put like mini dehumidifiers. They're probably like the size of a desktop maybe. They'll just put it like right next to their bed, and it's pretty good for sort of removing all the bacteria in the air and just replacing it with pure air.
Mhm. And those are basically 10 items that we believe are very important in the 21st century for households to have. And
If you guys like this video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up down there. And if you haven't already joined the SAPP team, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're trying very hard to reach our goal of 100 subscribers pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back with another vid. Peace out.